So I found out about this meditation course around a few years back, and I never got the chance to do it. And I found out there was a center close home, so I decided, as soon as I found it out, I decided to give it a go and try this experience. So practically, you go into this center and you spend there 10 days course. You spend 10 days there, which you are not allowed to talk, you are not allowed, there is no writing, no reading, you cannot exercise. The only thing is allowed is light walkings. So the schedule will be from 4 a.m. in the morning is the alarm, the wake up alarm, and then you will meditate through the day until around 9 p.m. with breaks in between, and you can eat and you can rest. So I never really meditated in my life before. I did try, but I always fall asleep. Anyway, I hear about many people doing this course and getting great results and having a beautiful experience. So I decided to give it a go as soon as I found out there was a center close home. So I found out there was a center 2 hours away from home, and as soon as I knew, I applied for it. They got back to me saying the course was full, but they still put me on the waiting list. So I made it. At the end, they sent me an email 3 days before the course, and they told me there was a spot for myself. So I decided to say yes and to give it a go. So I wanted to share this experience with you guys and tell you what I felt. Everyone has a totally different experience, and everybody feels different things. I think I'm gonna divide by days what happened, what I felt, or 1-2 days, and explain you how they meditate, and how the day goes, and how you can feel. How I felt. Is an experience I would recommend to anyone. I did decide to do this meditation course because I did really have a very hard year this year. It happened to many personal private stuff, very hard to go through. I met some negative people that brought some maybe sadness into my life, and everything combined, I thought I was needing some way out from all that black and ugly stuff or feelings. And I think this course can be a great experience for your life. Not everybody feels the same. Some people felt it was really helpful for them. Some people hate it. So I went there the day first. I was so stressed, so nervous. I never really meditated before. When I tried to do it, I fall asleep. So I was really afraid of being in the meditation room and falling asleep. Like, got so many questions in my mind, so many fears. But I said, okay, let's do it. And I went there, and the first night, you just do the check-in practically. You need to give all your stuff, your phone, your iPhone, like anything. You are not allowed to read, to listen music, to exercise. They ask you please to avoid this because they want you only to concentrate in your meditation, and they don't want you to have distractions, external distraction. So this thing is pretty crazy, because if you really think about it, when will you spend in your life 10 days without speaking, or 10 days without hearing, having a communication with another person? So anyway, I got there, I gave all my stuff away, and then they are gonna assign you a room, which it normally will be a room just for yourself, or is divided by a wall, so you still have your own privacy. The center is beautiful. You will see, okay, every center is different, but this center in Queensland, it was especially very nice, and there were kangaroos around. There was a beautiful atmosphere. So the first night when you go in there, they are gonna give you a light meal, and from there you're gonna all together catch up in the meditation hall, which we were in total around, I think there were 36 females and 36 males. We are separate, we only catch up to meditate, but still you don't have any kind of contact with them. You need to avoid even eye contact, even with other females. So the first night we went there to the meditation hall after the dinner, and that's the first time in my life I actually I took a seat and we start meditating. The first work they give you is to breathe in and breathe out and just concentrate on the air coming in and coming out. That's the only thing you have to do. This is not the first day, that's actually the introduction practically. The first day is going to be in the morning next day. But that was my first time taking a seat and and meditating. And it was horrible. I started feeling after 2 minutes so much pain in my back that I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do to complete my 100 hours meditation? But you actually found out like you start getting better and you start seeing improvements. The thing I was really scared about it was like falling asleep, but I never had that problem actually. The only thing it was like the back pain, and I was feeling a little bit dizzy, but I was lucky I was in a position close to the wall, so I could sit back like I'm sitting now, and I could place my back and my head on the wall, so that really helped not to make me feel sick. And that's it. That's what we done for 1 hour, breathing in, breathing out. So this is practically we done for the first 2 days. The only thing they ask is to concentrate in, breathing out. That's it, nothing else. So next morning we woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and then we had 2 hours of meditation, which you can decide sometime if you wanna meditate in your own room by yourself, or you can go to meditation hall and meditate with other people. So that's up to you. Or you can do a little bit there and then a little bit in your room. It was very interesting the first day. A few people left. You really start having those feelings like you would want to run away from it. But I really recommend you to stay, to go through even the first day and see, give your body a chance to get used to this new thing, because your mind doesn't like it, your body doesn't like it. You start feeling very uncomfortable, but it's because you're not used to this new thing. So I managed to go through the day first. I felt a little bit dizzy in the beginning, but like I told you, then if you are not close to a wall, they can give you like a base that you can place in your back. If you really start feeling so much pain, so they are really helpful, and they try to to keep your hand with anything they can. What I did struggle a little bit is because they only had breakfast, lunch, and then there is just a tea break, which they only give you fruit at 5 p.m. And in my normal life, I'm used to consume lots of calories and quite a few meals during the day, so I found out that was a little bit hard. But if you do have troubles with, you can also ask them that you need a meal also at night time, and they are more than happy to give you some extra food if you need. So that one was the first day. I did feel maybe it couldn't work, but I decided to stay, and I gave a chance to the day 2, which we are going to talk about that in my next video tomorrow.